All right, so we're at the stage where we're about to upload documents to the Mentor IRB portal. Rebecca, why don't you just share your screen with access to the portal, whatever Google folders we're working with, keep that in one browser and share that. By this point, we've already created the necessary things, the big four, of course, being the application, the recruitment, the consent, and the instrument itself, assuming that there is an instrument and it's not like a retroactive study on some type of materials. All that information is here in this folder, and we're going to go to the Mentor IRB portal. And remember, this is always a two-step process. So we're going to start the relationship with Mentor IRB, then we're going to get a number from that. We're going to fill out all the questions for them, and then we're going to sort of upload each of the things that we need as part of part two, but we have to take the number that they give us and rename all the files with that number. So we're not going to download these files just yet. Okay, so let's go to Mentor IRB and let's start a new protocol. And this is the exciting part. So go to My Protocols on the left. Wonderful. And create new protocol. Excellent. Put my name in there. Great. Okay, yes. No co-PIs, no external PIs. Because again, in this particular scenario, I'm going to get along way later in the process. So future Dr. Rosen is the PI in this case. Study title, we're going to copy and paste that from the other document. So you can just toggle back and forth. Yeah, and open up the application itself. Yeah. Just copy and paste that in. I know it's taking a little while. Probably on the school internet. Oh, who knows? I don't know. Okay, and then with the proposed start date, why don't you set a date that is, well, when did you think that you would start this?
Mid-January.
Great, so let's just say January 15th. And let's hope they give us the stuff back by then. And then for closing, I would say like your graduation date.
Exciting.
On the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like about then. Face-to-face interaction, no, correct?
No.
Study for the purposes of COVID-19.
Only interact
only
online.
Only online. Sorry, I was zipping through.
No.
No. Grant funding, we wish, but no.
Mm-hmm.
TC Research Lab, no, it is not. Funding source, NA. Index number, NA. Review type. Now we're going to look for exempt. This is with consenting adults, no prior relationship, all of sound body and mind to make the decision to engage. So we should go for exempt. This is the second one, which is tests, surveys, and interviews. The rest don't apply here. See, sort of changing around the survey, the points that are below. That's why it's refreshing like that. Nothing else applies there to us because it's not secondary research. Okay, number of subjects. 5. Okay, sounds good. Keller School, no. Go back up. There's down below where it says number of subjects, the next line down. You have to click no. Okay, the next line here is the type of instrument, which you already said was interview, correct? Okay, will information be reported in a manner where participants cannot be identified? Name, social security number, license number. That is a no. Will disclosure of information obtained put participants at risks? Civil liability damage, no as well. So again, back to in the application, it was non-sensitive data, even if it was identifying in some way, shape, or form, like their school position or something like that. Is the information recorded by the investigator in such a manner that the identity can be readily ascertained? That's from you, so the answer is yes. Wait, sorry. And disclosure of the information could place folks at risk. No is the answer. I read to you quick. You got to read the whole question. Don't be like me. Okay. But would participants be under the age of 18? No. Does it take place in NYC schools? Absolutely not. No. Does research involve healthcare data subject? No. Is it being conducted in collaboration? The answer to that is no, not really. Right? This isn't going out through anybody, correct?
Correct.
So I would say internet,
Okay.
number 7, and just let that write it out. If you were going to go through somewhere like CTMEA, for example, I would put that in and then describe. Don't need anything here. Don't need anything here. Again, if you were, then you would. Outside of the US, no. We're going to keep on going down. And now we made it to subjects. You're going to click adults, competent consent. If there were other ones of these, it would not be exempt. Okay, if you suggested, nope. Okay, keep going. Please describe. Okay, describe.
This is
And
where we said adults 18 or older.
yeah, adults 18 or older, you can say of any race, gender, ethnicity, as long as they identify as blank. Great. Should be fine. Okay, let's keep going down here. And let's see if any of these boxes apply, which I don't think they do. These would be any folks you have like a relationship with. I don't assume they're teachers in your district. Well, you don't have an executive position, so it doesn't even matter. So I think you're good. None of the above. Wonderful. Let's keep on going. Conflict of interest. You just state you have no conflict of interest here. I don't see any. Secondary email address. You put in a secondary email address of yours. Okay, NA is going to go here. Not applicable, or NA, doesn't matter. Okay, so we're not gonna upload the protocol description yet. That's the key to make this, to keep your bus rolling down the track and make it feel as concretely, comprehensively done well as possible. Because if you were to upload the protocol description here, it wouldn't have the correct number attached to it, and that drives some people crazy. I might be one of those people, but it definitely drives some of the students and your peers crazy. So go down a little bit further. It's going to ask for these things. You don't have to put anything there. You don't have to put anything in that box to the IRB chair. It's all good and fine. Keep going down. Is that the rest of it? Okay, great. And then you're going to press save. Cool. Now you're going to take that number and we're going to go back to the document. We're going to apply that number to everything, both in the documents and in the names of the document. So let's go back. And that means we might have to go to Canva or wherever you put that those recruitment posts. But let's do the documents first, okay? Why don't we go left to right? Yep. And I want you to put it at the beginning of the name. And also take out the word template. It's not a template anymore. That's fine. And then inside the documents below your name, or actually at the conclusion of the protocol title, is totally fine. I want you to type in TC IRB identification number. And just for the sake of cleanliness, why don't we make it its own line underneath that. Yeah, just enter. Perfect. Delete the one that's not doesn't need to be there. And then leave this document open because we're going to copy and paste from this document to the other documents. Let's go back and open up the other things we need. It's fine. Yep. And it's down below that between the thing and the questions or above doesn't really matter. And you can just copy and paste from the other documents. Perfect. The application's already open. It's okay. Since you have it copied and pasted in your thing right now, yeah, just copy it, paste it underneath the title there. And now also when you search your computer, you'll be able to essentially search for that number. Okay, we're getting there. So space after, yep. And the last one for right now is that. Did you create those posters in Canva? Is that where those posters
I
were created?
did. Yes.
So why don't you open up that Canva quickly? The rest of these documents are good. Should be good to go. Recruitment materials, consent, the instrument, and then the application. Those are the big four. And while you're doing that, also, while it's opening, go back to the to your Google folder and just delete the ones that are there. Okay. We're looking good. We're looking good. Okay, back to Canva we go. You had a poster and an like a social media like box, like a 1x1.
Yeah, I had one that I would use for Facebook and a different for Instagram.
Okay.
But I guess I could just use the one for Instagram and the square for all of it if that's easier.
That's probably easiest
Okay.
because I don't know why you need to send more than one kind.
Okay.
For the record, when folks have had like a bunch of like different images that were sort of tethered together, what I had that particular student do was storyboard them, meaning that they put them paneled on one sheet of paper because there were 5 panels and they're going to do like a social media carousel. So just put them on one document, describe how they would be tethered together, and then the IRB applied their stamp to all of them at the same time. If this isn't going to work for us, which
It's moving very slow.
it's slow but close. Come on, Canva. What we can always do is go back to the documents that were Okay, you got it?
Yes.
Great. Why don't you, just for the sake of things here, just make your email larger, but also put your email, put your like name. I don't think you got the whole thing in there. Yeah, you do. Great. Great. And if they need more from you, they'll ask more of you. The IRB is very communicative in that way. Okay, it's downloading. As soon as it downloads, you're going to put it into that. Well, don't even worry about it. Don't even drag it in that folder just yet. You don't even have to worry about that. We're going to drag that in after as like a measure just to make sure everything's right. But you actually document on your computer. So you need to from this page that we're in right now that everything is right, don't even worry. Oh, you can do it like that. Yeah, sure. Sorry if all that hissing from my radiator just came through. It's a loud one here. So your downloads, unzip that puppy. And if it opens back up on that Google page for the record, you could just drop the poster if you want to, but you need those documents and you're going to upload those in just a minute. So we need to go back to so since you're here, you might as well just like upload the poster just to like make sure it's there. But you have all 5 of the documents necessary on your laptop. So you should be good there. It's that one, open that one up. Great. Now go back to the Mentor IRB. We're going to upload the documents we need. Okay, upload docs in the upper sort of bar there in gray. It says required file is missing, and we know that protocol description is first. That's the application. You go right to that. Yep. Make sure it's the right one. Perfect. Don't rename it. Right in. Save. And then we're going to add more files. Upload docs again. These are all going to the bottom of the page that we're on. So we're going to review them before we depart. Okay. So consent form. That's the next one down. Next one that we need anyways in a row. You go to the same place, find your consent form amongst those files, and upload. Next thing, let's see here. There's no revisions memo. There's no additional documentation. We don't need those. We have an interview protocol next. That's the one. And then last but most certainly not least are the recruitment materials. So you're going to do this in 2 phases. Yeah, that's the first one. You put up those emails. And the next one is going to be the poster. Ooh, so that needs to be a PDF. So what I want you to do is, just go into Canva, download that as a PDF. Even though it's in a square, it's totally fine. The IRB will mandate, or at least they will require that you use the stamped version of these posters. It helps people track down the IRB if they have any information that they need, and you can always make a PNG version of a stamped PDF anyway, and they would only give you back PDFs anyway. So that's all good and fine. You can use the magic of converting files later. So if you look at the bottom, we should have all 5 of our files in this window here. Yeah, we have the protocol description, we have the consent form, we have the questionnaire itself, and then we have the 2 recruitment materials. Everything should be uploaded. Go back up to the top. And then now the onus is on me. So after I get an email from them, I will say, yes, I approve of this study. And then you'll be authorized. You'll get a notification. I'll get a notification that faculty action has been taken. That does not exempt you from review. That just means, all right, now the IRB is actually going to look at your files and actually going to look at your things. And then I would say, expect to hear back from them in about a month. And then they'll tell you either, hooray, go out, go forth and research, obviously be diligent about the things that we've talked about. Or they'll say, hey, we just have a couple of revisions to be made, tighten up this language in your consent, or this language is unclear about how you're going to get or gather consent, or how you're going to keep files safe. Please clarify that. You have to answer everything that they need of you very specifically and comprehensively. If you don't, they will most definitely come back to you. These are some of the most detailed readers that the Academy has to offer, the Academy more broadly. So by this point, it's all out of your hands, and you should get an email notification again as soon as I accept. So hypothetically, if I wasn't going to accept it immediately, just I would say urge a faculty member to check in with them about approving your protocol. But I'm going to make sure this is done before the sun rises tomorrow. Okay? So we are all done. Hooray, you did it. You did the steps necessary.
Yay.
Amazing job. Okay, and thanks for also being my guinea pig.